Hi, Dougie Bird here from Doug Bird's Tackle World on the Gold Coast for the latest fishing report for this weekend, the 29th and 30th of January 2022. Okay guys, the weather is going to be a little bit crappy. We've got 20 knots both tomorrow and Sunday might get 25 at times, so it's not the best weather and might be not the best for offshore fishing is what we're getting at. So if you do want to have a shot, I might just maybe think about going out and have a troll for mackerel in on the close reefs, on the 18 fathom reefs. It will be rough though, the swell's meant to pick up as well. So just be careful out there guys. You get run out tide in the morning, so it's not the best of tides. Run out tide mid-morning, sorry, on the right way back in. So on the way back in, is be careful that run out tide and a bit of wind on it as well, so it's always a bit dangerous in the seaway. They're definitely cranking and cracking big time on the north bank of the seaway all last weekend and this week as well. Okay, for what's been happening is the guys that went out on Australia Day, the weather was terrible. It was meant to be sort of like 4 to 10 knots. I think it was around about 15 to 20 knots most of the time out wider. It was really heavy rain, as we know, and quite a big swell as well, and 2 knots of current pushing against the swell and wind from the southeast, so it was standing up a bit, so it's a bit ugly. Fishing wise, the fishing was actually not too bad. There were, started out wide, the guys that fishing around Spot X got a lot of mail, and like I keep saying every week, they're turning up. They have been turning up in dribs and drabs, but they are here pretty well now, starting this week in numbers. So there was quite a few boats that sort of got like 6 from 8 or 5 from 9, and guys trolling. That was on live baits, and we're rigging up a rig similar to this style here, which is just a circle hook, about 7/0 to about 10/0, depends on what size you want to use, and then about 1 metre long, fluorocarbon or normal line. Fluorocarbon around 50, 60, 80 pounds, and normal mono around that sort of 80 to 100 pounds. And then crimping a big loop on the end here and just threading a sinker on, enough to get you down to the bottom. Or you can just hook your snap swivel straight to the end here off your leader and wind on leaders, what I'll use, up to you guys what you want to use. And you can also do another way is to put like a 1/4 ounce or an 8 ounce snapper lead on a rubber band on the snap, and generally it'll break off during the fight. But the idea is if that's not heavy enough, you just thread another one on, or you take that one off and put a smaller one on. Just thread it through the sinker. So really easy to use. Okay, that's the sort of rig we're using, and we're backing up into the current, and we're fishing above the bait. There's heaps of slimies out there. You don't need to go to the local reef and get your slimies. On the way out, you just get out there, find the bait school, drop your jig down, just load up straight away on decent slimies, hook them straight back on, drop them straight back down into the bait school, leave your ratchet on free spool, and just you'll hear it clicking. If you've got a little bit of weight on, you might have to put a little bit of drag on, just a tiny bit, but you'll hear it click off, and you pick it up, lift the rod slowly, and then push the drag up on your lever drag, or tighten the star up on your egg bead or whatever you're using, and then just lean back on it. So circle hooks will just hook themselves, okay? Don't try and strike on it, please. When you do hook the fish up, obviously chase the fish or whatever you might do, back up on it. Just be careful backing up in the swell though when you got wind against current, and if you get a few waves will break and come in the back of the boat and maybe sink you. So be careful. So my suggestion is to always drive forward and lead the fish into the current. Anyhow, you need to sort that out. So there's marl on there, the black marl, and they're size-wise between about 40 and 80 kilos, or a couple of bit bigger ones maybe. There's a good cobia there as well, the live baits, and there's also wahoo and the odd dolphin fish as well, and plenty of sharks, unfortunately. Okay, so that's around Spot X. If you've got a pen and paper there, south 2754 and longitude, I think it's east 153, 44 I think it is, or 45. You'll see the boats, okay, and in the area, you see the boats there. There's always boats there, but not this weekend. It's going to be a bit rough, so unless you've got a big boat, stay away from that, okay? Wait till the weather gets better. The guys jigging on the kingies this last couple of days, the guys who did do it, got a few kingies as well. The current was hard, it's rough, it was difficult. but they're up on the 50 fathoms northeast, up around 2743 latitude. Okay, and 36s, the fads have been fishing not too bad. Northeast, the pin and fad 12, 12B and 12C, which is sort of straight up from the seaway. And fad 11 I fished on Tuesday. We got plenty of little dolphin fish, nothing big. 80 centimeters is about the biggest. So there's plenty of dollies there. We're fishing half pilchards unweighted and just dropping it back into the current in free spool and burling up as well. And sitting about probably 50 metres or 40 metres north of the fad and dropping the lines back to around the fad. Just leave it in free spool. Once you click it in the gear, because it's current, the bait will start spinning. They don't know about it. It's got to be pretty well in free spool all the time. When you get past the fad, if you don't get a hit, you wind it back in, you do the same again. Make sure the bait presents well. So trolling skirts and around, you get dollies as well in the same area. Okay, casting little stick baits, guys. Been casting little stick baits at the fads, sort of 80 to 110 mil stick baits, and getting plenty of dolphin fish. It's been great, and medals as well too, guys. Sort of 50-gram medal lures as well. There's heaps of little rat kings there too, but they're generally just undersized. Great fun on light tackle though. Then in closer on the 24s. There haven't been many mackerel out at sort of the Diamond Reef off Southport, but there have been on the 18 fathom reef, and trolling deep divers and dead baits around has been really good. They're just starting again, guys, so it's like hit and miss, but they are coming. Everything's late this year. It's just the way it is at the moment. Snapper wise, it's been a little bit quiet, but yeah, there's always a few bottom fish around, plenty of trag and stuff like that. There's been a few mackerel down at down towards Burley Heads on the gravel patch and down at Palmy as well, but it's just starting. It's late. Same deal again. That's probably it for offshore. That's been happening the last week. Inshore, the seaway's been fishing crazy for mangrove jacks, as you'll probably know. Get hard against that north wall. You need to fish live baits, live slimies, live yakkers, live pike, live whiting, diver whiting that is, whatever you can get. And yeah, fishing the run out tide preferably. Okay, the last of the run out's really good. There's been the odd dewy there as well, but not big. They're just small ones. Plenty of bream around the seaway. Plenty and heaps of whiting around the back of Wade Break on the west side of Wade Break, and off the foreshore. If you haven't got a boat, fish off the foreshore between Bigger Creek and Chara Seafood, and anywhere along that sand foreshore there, particularly early morning, late afternoon. With unweighted yabby, so no sinkers or really tiny sinker, casting up current, let it come down. You get some really good whiting there, and beach worms are not too bad as well for bait. Plenty of whiting at the Narang River around the council chambers at night time. Good tides this weekend, really good. Give that a shot. There's been a few caught during the week up there. And in the Coombe River, there's been plenty of mud crabs, and the Pimpamar River, plenty of mud crabs, and Coombe Creek. They're starting to show up there as well. So a few muddies around. I haven't heard much on the sand crabs. And it's been too rough offshore for spanner crabs. So yeah, so that's been what's happening in the crabbing scene. There's been a few trevally around the canals and that as well, and they'll start working this time of year as well on the bait at night time. You need that run out tide preferably, and that's happening this weekend actually, so give it a shot if you want to go out and chuck some poppers around. That's probably about it for in the Broadwater. It's been a jumping pin area, same scenario, just a few whiting around Goldbank, a few flatties around Kalinga, a few big ones actually have been caught, and Trivolli's Gutter, and around Pandanus Island on the flats there, and a few whiting in that area as well. Haven't heard much on the Taylor scene, and the surf's been too big to fish, but obviously big dart and whiting in the surf, but just a bit rough at the moment. Yeah, and a few crabs around Logan River. Prawn wise, look, there's rumours about the odd ones at the back of Redland Bay in that area, but you need to be on the spot on the right time. They're not quite there yet, but they're definitely thick up the Pine River if you want to go catch them up there at the moment. But they will be here soon around sort of Redland Bay Channel and Logan River coming soon. Watch this spot. Freshwater, okay, bass have been good in the hens. They've been really good. Guys have just been using little jigs like this sort of thing here, little micro jigs, 30 grammers, get them down in amongst those schooled up fish and just jig it back. Ice jigs have been really good. We've got plenty of those on the wall here downstairs. Ice jigs have been really good as well. They're like a double hooked up little small lure about as big and hooks on either end, and sometimes they have a treble as well. They've been really good dropping the bait school, same deal as jigging up through the bait school, slowly lifting, dropping it back down again. You will get them on plastics as well and spinner baits, but yeah, Hinds Dam, west side around Ian's Island, and east side up around the timbers, south of the boat ramp. On the Mugger Dam's been not too bad as well. A few bass there and a few red claw at Maroon and Somerset. Up north, yeah, still Barra and that up in the Awonga and Wandra and further up west of Mackay there. If you want to go for a bit of a trip, go chase yourself some big Barra. And that's probably about it for this week, guys. So next week we've got our mackerel trolling seminar on lures. So we're going to be doing a seminar dedicated to lure trolling, casting, jigging. So we'll teach you how to troll for Spanish mackerel, best lures to use, best way to do it. We'll teach you what to look for if you're going to jig some lures through them or cast metals, and also how to cast metals into schooled up spotties and stuff like that. So it'll be a good night. So that's on next Thursday, the 3rd, I think it is, of February. So welcome to give the shop a call and book into that one. It's already half full, I think, so you need to get it pretty quick. And that's about it for now. So be safe out there. I was really sad to hear of the gentleman that passed away, the back of wave break on a few days ago. I'm very sorry to the family and all those friends of the gentleman. But please be safe out there, be careful, and if it's too dangerous, please be careful, okay? Don't do it. Anyhow, be careful out there, and catch you next time. Doug Burt from Doug Burt's Tackle World here on the Gold Coast at number 8 Centreview Drive, Bigger Waters, just behind Harbour Town off Brisbane Road. Catch you soon. Thank you, bye-bye.